As job seekers, we know that the job application process is always such a daunting exercise. So what I wanted to do using my expertise as a recruitment consultant is to share with you these different critical parts of the process. And I did that over the last few weeks through a number of short videos. For most of us, securing your next role is a daunting task. And that feeling is more than understandable. Whether it was your own initiative or the outcome of a decision made by your employer or your ex-employer, being in the job market brings its own stress points. From my perspective, the first step to get ready for a job search has to happen here. I want to suggest that the idea will be to transform your stressors into your motivators. And how do you do that? You inform and educate yourself so that you're prepared to take on the steps on this journey. In practical terms, the foundation of your search for employment starts with deciding on a job search routine. Based on your availability, your lifestyle, decide on a structured plan to look for work. Choose the days, which part of the days, and for how many hours you're going to be focused on that activity. The nature of the tasks during these sessions will certainly change and evolve. However, as much as possible, stick to your schedule. Okay, let's get onto the practical steps for you to devise your job search plan. The first thing that you owe to yourself is clarity and direction for your next role. In as much detail as possible, define your next ideal position, not only in terms of the function or specialty, but also the industry in which you want to participate, the level of seniority that you will want to acquire. Also include your personal preferences. Is it going to be a hybrid role? Do you prefer a remote position? And of course, specify a salary range that is both acceptable to you and realistic. Next, connect this ideal position to your actual skills, qualifications, and experience. Especially if you are changing careers, think about your transferable skills. Once you've got those elements sorted, please go and understand the market in which you're going to participate. What is the climate for that job market at this point in time? The CV or resume has many detractors. However, it is a key component of your job search. Your resume, it's not a marketing brochure. It is a document that will enable you to get to interview stage. That's all it does. That being the case, focus on these fundamentals. Outline and detail only the information that is relevant for your particular job application. Eliminate all the personal details that you might have included in the past. Photos, the suburb where you live, your political convictions, your religion, your marital status, whether you have kids or not, that is not important for you to be objectively considered for a role. Don't invest in fancy designs. A one-column CV will most likely be read online. Last, do not write a cover letter unless you know that it provides additional information and hence value to your application. And finally, use that updated LinkedIn profile to start developing your online presence. I hope that you agree with me that applying for jobs is not a numbers game, but a quality endeavor. Of course, you will apply for a number of roles. Just please, before you click on that apply button, ensure that you have confidently answered this question. Do I have the potential to be the best candidate for this role? Two more things that I would love you to be unashamedly active about. Firstly, connect, link up, send invitations out to all the people that are involved or that you know that are involved in the selection process for the jobs you've applied for. And proactively follow up on the job status of your application, whether it was with a direct employer or an agency. I hope I can help you dispel two myths regarding job searching and looking for work in general. Myth number one is that job search is an essentially solitary process where you are the only stakeholders pushing for success. There is ample opportunity to engage your network and use other resources that are going to increase your reach. Start with the people that know you well, especially from a professional level. Continue by connecting with relationships of your relationships. Statistically speaking, second-degree connections are very effective whether you're looking for work or trying to procure business if you're a business person. As you connect with these relationships, remember to also bring something of value to them. And generally, in this situation, reciprocity will work very well, whether it is actually keeping an eye out for their own search endeavors or recommending them on LinkedIn. Finally, on this point, expect long-term relationships to be significantly more effective in your job search endeavors. With my 20 years of experience in recruitment, I can tell you this: the more applications you send out, the more rejection letters you receive. So instead of taking the easy way and clicking on that apply button multiple times, dedicate time to identify the right role. And what is that elusive right role? The one in which you can objectively say, I can be the best candidate for this particular one. For each one of the job interviews that you might go through, I want you to do three things. I want you to prepare, I want you to prepare, and I want you to prepare. Three things on this. Firstly, research as much as you can the team that you're going to be part of, the organization that is hiring, and the industry in which they participate. Secondly, rehearse and practice as much as you can how to connect your skills, experience, and qualifications to the actual job requirements. And third, prepare as many questions as you can. A couple of additional hints regarding some specific interview moments. In relation to that question, tell me about yourself, keep it only to the professional realm. Don't spend time describing your kindergarten years. More often than not, the questions that will be put to you are of a behavioral nature. You can respond to those using the STAR framework: situation, task, action, and result. And finally, make sure that you've got a few really insightful questions to make yourself memorable. Ask about the team culture, the growth plans. Are there any specific traits for the people that have held this role successfully? So what do you do after you are done with your interview? As a recruiter, I always recommend people that are applying for jobs to do this one thing immediately after you're done with your interview. Email, call, or text to the people that have interviewed you, acknowledging and appreciating the time they dedicated to you. Especially if things have gone well, take the time to relay your impressions about the team, the role, and your interest in pursuing the opportunity. Subsequent to that, never feel short or too shy to follow up on the status of your applications via phone call, text, or email. So what happens if you hear from the hiring manager or the recruiter and the response is not positive? Respond in a professional manner. You may want to punch your pillow if you want, but keep your cool in the communications. Proper recruitment consultants will be able to articulate that for you. The idea is for you to draw some insights and be better prepared for your next job application. You're done with the interviews and the whole application process, and you got an offer. Congratulations. There's a few more things for you to consider, evaluate, and then relax. Firstly, consider your total compensation holistically, not just your upfront salary, but also other benefits, flexibility, and long-term career prospects if that's what is in your plans. Continue your focus on the process all the way through to getting your employment letter or contract signed and exchanged. This ensures organizing your references, double-checking that the reference calls are being made on a timely basis, getting your police reference reports if appropriate. What I expect you to draw from all of this is that even though there are many participants in you getting that job, you remain as much as possible in control of the process. I am really hopeful that you find this series useful. I knew that I had to treat these topics in a very generic way, but if you have more specific questions, feel free to reach out. Have a good week.